Assalamu alaikum, and today in this session we are going to be discussing the topic of Nikkah, and this course has been divided into three parts. In the first part we are going to be dwelling into the methodology of it and what does it actually mean. In the second part we are going to be discussing about the fiqh of Nikkah, and in the third part we are going to be talking a bit about choosing a spouse. So I'm going to be beginning with the verse from 30th surah of the Quran, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمِنْ آيَاتِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنَ إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُم مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. So the two points that I want to bring to light over here are لِتَسْكُنَ إِلَيْهَا and مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. So the purpose of having a zoj is so that I have a peace through her or through him, through your spouse, right? And between us is mawadda and rahma. So I'm going to be focusing on these two words, mawadda and rahma. With regards to mawadda basically means when a love is in action. As opposed to muhabba, it's an emotion. But when it gets into action, practicality, then that is called mawadda. So with regards to this, Mufti Muhammad Shafi in Ma'aruf al-Quran, he writes, it is possible that muwadda refers to the young age when spouses are attracted toward each other with love and affection, while rahma refers to old age when passion subsides and passion for each other takes over, right? So moving forward with an ayah from Surah Nisa where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes what marriage is. It is a mithaqun ghaliza. So what is a mithaq? Mithaq is a covenant. And it is the same word used when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives a prophet the responsibility of prophethood. So it is something very serious. So marriage it's not a small thing. It's a bond of marriage between two beings that is taken under or rather let's just say with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's a very serious matter. It's a mithaq and ghaliza. It's a heavy contract, and the reason it's going to come forth when we talk about khutbah of nikah, that why it's taken not why, but the fact that it's taken with the name of Allah before a gathering of people is because it is such a matter that only and only the fear of God will mark the success of this marriage. Because if I fear Allah, I will be dutiful to my husband. I will be cautious about my rights and about my duties to the husband, and vice versa, right? So we're going to be talking about this concept in the nikah, the khutbah of nikah, because the ayat that are selected by the Prophet for the khutbah are ayats which include the fact that be fearful of Allah. Okay? So now, as we have deviated so away from the original teaching of the Quran and Sunnah, and our methodologies are so polluted with bid'ah that many a times we just let go of certain matters which think that they are small, but the consequences of them are so huge, and they lead to so much corruption and consequences which are very difficult to take control of when they've gone beyond our power of control. So to get back to originality, we're going to be talking about the nikah of the daughter of Prophet ﷺ, Hazrat Fatima, the nikah of Zahra. We're going to be starting off with the proposal. So Hassan radiallahu ta'ala anha, the son of Ali and Fatima, tells the story of their proposal. So Ali radiallahu anha didn't think that his proposal would be accepted, but Abu Bakr, Umar, and Saad in Mutah encouraged him to try. So he goes to the Prophet ﷺ and he asks for the hand of his daughter, Hazrat Ali is shy and hesitant. So the Prophet ﷺ asks, what has brought you to me, son of my uncle? Ali is, stuttering and he's hesitant. So the Prophet ﷺ smiles and he gets why he's here. So he says, maybe you came to ask me for Fatma's hand in marriage. So Hazrat Ali says yes. So the Prophet ﷺ goes and asks Fatima for the approval. She turns red in modesty and does not speak. So her silence is taken as her approval, right? So then we get to Mahar. This is something very important to highlight. Hazrat Ali radiallahu anha didn't have mahar for Hazrat Fatima, so the Prophet ﷺ told him to sell his shield worth like four dirham and come back with money for the dowry. So Ali radiallahu went, he sold the shield, and this shield was bought by Uthman radiallahu anha, and what the amount that he got from by selling that shield was the mahar given to Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha. So the point I'm trying to make over here is that there was not even a single penny being spent from the pocket of the Prophet ﷺ. So this just negates the whole concept of the bride's side being burdened with the expense of giving her the utilities of life. Well, why should she? Because الرجال قوامون على النساء. Men are the protective guardian, and men has to provide for the woman. So let's get to the wedding preparation. The Prophet ﷺ guided Hazrat Ali to buy perfumes and furniture. Hazrat Bilal helped him, and Salma helped him buy the furniture, and the Prophet ﷺ gave Abu Bakr some money and asked him to buy some clothes for Ali and Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha. And Aisha and Salma prepared the home for the new couple, and the marriage was conducted, right? So some points that can be derived from this ideal nikah is that there is no missing of salawat. There is no, as compared to how we conduct our marriages, there's no dancing or music, there's no intermingling of non-mahrams, there's no israf with regards to, hiring halls, expensive suits, and expensive food and so on, neglecting hijab and clothing, un-Islamic photography, and of course display of the bride in front of non-mahram. So all of this is abstained when we follow the sunnah, and of course the barakah of it are going to be immense. Assalamu alaikum, and today in this session we are going to be discussing the topic of nikah. And this course has been divided into 3 parts. In the first part, we are going to be dwelling into the methodology of it,